Hey, Brixel! Guild Wars 2's November balance patch preview, Extralife Day, the conclusion of the Living World Season 1, and as award season draws ever nearer, Guild Wars 2 gets snubbed. Yeah, so you probably noticed that I've been gone for a few weeks. For that, you could blame a semi-impromptu holiday to Botswana. But I'm back, I brought a sunburn with me, and I'm ready to go hard to the end of the year. So, as always, welcome to Last Week in Tyria. Now, holy crap, a surprising amount of Guild Wars 2 news dropped while I was harvesting that sunburn, and honestly, I'm not even sure where to begin. Do we talk about Jeff Keighley personally and maliciously snubbing End of Dragons for the Game Awards? Do we tackle just how much of a success Extralife 2022 was? Better idea. Let's start with dinging the thing. While you're at it, don't forget to check out my Discord and my Twitch. Let's all take a moment to honor these absolute bamfs, and with that, let's get into it. So we're no strangers to the Game Awards on this channel. Before the Guild Wars 2 focus, we did gaming industry opinion pieces, such as this little gem on the Game Awards. Now, I ain't administering smoke up any sphincters, but this video is as relevant as the day it was uploaded. More so this week, as the Game Awards continue its trend of being downright baffling. It breaks my heart to inform you that Uncle Jeff has snubbed Guild Wars 2 in every category in an effort, I suspect, to make more space for Joseph the Oscars Forrest. I mean, look at this guy. Who wouldn't want him in the spotlight at a prestigious award ceremony?
Okay, the Oscars, you know? The Oscars! You! I'll tell you! There's like...
Jokes aside, and a slight deviation, besides End of Dragons, I'm kind of floored Endwalker didn't get a Best Narrative nod. I mean, Elden Ring didn't really have a narrative. So I guess my opinion on the Game Awards is a bit low right now, but hey, hope is not lost. There's still the Grammy nomination, right? Right? Well, the Recording Academy, Jay-Z, Beyonce, the Illuminati, and obviously the Global Shadow Cabal joined forces to snub Guild Wars 2 at the Grammys too. I genuinely think the work McLean Deemer and the team did on this expansion is some of the best video game music I've heard in the last year, so it really is a bummer. But if you're wondering who the final nominees are, we've got Austin Wintry for Aliens Fireteam Elite, Bear McCreary for Call of Duty Vanguard, Christopher Tin for Old World, Richard Jock for Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Stephanie Economou for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Dawn of Ragnarok. God, I hope I got those names right. To these nominees, I say, fine, whatever, I don't care. Actually, know what? F it, I do care. F the Grammys, f you. Okay, so on to a happier topic. Extralife Day. Sadly, I was driving through the Kalahari Desert on November 4th, so I missed out on all the big streams. But I was there in spirit. Now, there were plenty of ways to donate this year, but if you, like me, donated in-game by getting the Extralife bundle, don't forget to grab a little thank you from ArenaNet. The community raised $125,000, and ArenaNet gave us a hat. I mean, we weren't doing it for the rewards, but thank you. Moving on. Holy shit. We just enjoyed one of the biggest, frankly most transformative moments in Guild Wars 2 history. The re-release of the conclusion to Living World Season 1 is live. Episode 5, Battle for Lion's Arch. Do you realize what this means? It means for the first time in the game's history, besides launch, the entire story can be played from beginning to end, with no gaps. So yeah, seriously, the episode is everything I personally was hoping for, acting as a solid conclusion to the season. The revival of Season 1 has been particularly satisfying for me, not in the least because I finally got a proper introduction to Taimi. I mean, even if her appearance was a little random? As far as Bram and Rox are concerned, their relationship got some well-deserved attention, putting Bram's actions in later seasons into proper context. He's still a little bitch though. Of course, it's been more than just bits of missing story that the revival of Season 1 has provided. We got some freaking sweet loot. Old Lion's Court is a gem of a strike, which the community almost universally loves. And this last episode brings in a Season 1 meta achievement that rewards you with a freaking permanent teleportation scroll to Old Lion's Arch. I genuinely never thought I'd see the day that we get to see that pirate city again. Limsa Lominsa ain't got nothing on Old Lion's Arch, and you can fight me in the comments. Now, the last thing we're gonna touch on is another very meaty post by the balanced badasses themselves, Roy Marks, and Cal CMC Cohen. You guys know the drill by now. I'm not going to be going over all the changes, only the ones that really stand out. This update also has a heavy PvP focus, so that's what we're going to be talking about. First up, we got Catalyst, Spectacular Sphere, and Empowering Auras, which are both getting a little more damage. The Hammer 3 abilities are also getting a nice boost, now striking once per second rather than being projectile based. Nice. Mechanists are also getting a tweak, bringing its DPS a little in line with where it should be relative to its difficulty as a spec. But even after this tweak, it remains a very viable, very low intensity PvE option, as it was designed to be. Now, in the same vein, to bring Firebrand a little bit more down to earth, pages will now be a shared resource between all tomes. This aims to limit the frankly insane amount of utility the spec has on hand at almost any given time. Now, in the purple corner, Mesmer is getting a few tweaks to combat the Staff Axe Mirage build's high boon uptime. On top of that, they're also bumping the damage expected for Chronomancers. Next up, Power Reaper is getting a little TLC. We've sought to improve in PvE, bringing up some of its less potent skills on Reaper Shroud and giving a bit more consistent pressure while out of Shroud. Now, I haven't played Reaper since 2017, so let me know in the comments if you guys are happy with this change. On to Untamed Ranger, which is getting a bit more utility against Defiant enemies. We've adjusted these skills to always inflict their bonuses against Defiant enemies to make them more reliable in endgame PvE content. And on top of this, they're also giving the non-unleashed Hammer toolkit a bit more defense. Next up, Revenant is getting some major PvP focus, cause, you know, Vindicate is scary.
Woo! Superhero landing! Yeah, that's really hard on your knees.
But on the PvE side, we focused on improving damage builds for both Herald and Vindicator in PvE, improving the potency of Sword Offhand, Legendary Assassin Stance, and Legendary Dragon Stance, and the Luxon side of a Legendary Lion Stance. And to me, that's a winner. I'm a huge fan of Quickness Herald, so maybe if I'm real good, my static will give me a little responsibility again and let me play quick support. I swear, you stand in Deimos' oil like once or 5 times in one raid, and suddenly no one trusts you. Moving on, we got a big change to Deadeye, an overall range decrease from 1,500 to 1,200. But Neil is getting a massive rework, along with an increased initiative cost from 1 to 2. While kneeling, players can now move at a 75% reduced speed. Kneel is no longer cancelled when you become disabled. This is huge for the spec and will either completely ruin its uniqueness or bring Deadeye into the meta. Or both. Both could happen. Finally, no major shakeups in the warrior camp. A handful of the warrior's skills and trait bonuses will be applied against Defiant foes. We've also made some adjustments to improve berserker damage builds in PvE. Probably the least interesting changes in the lot, but only time will tell how much impact they really have. I definitely encourage you to read over the post yourself, as there are more than a few things we didn't touch on here. As always, link is in the description. We won't be seeing another balance patch of this size for a while, so make your opinions known in the forums, Twitter, while it's still there, or in the comments section. If you don't voice concerns now, you honestly can't complain about them when they're implemented. And as always, when sharing feedback, don't be a douche. And on that bombshell, that's it! We are back to our regularly scheduled programming here on YouTube and Twitch. I was away, and then Bloom got the Rona, conveniently the same week God of War came out. So as soon as he is fit and ready, expect a brand new episode of Mistlock Monthly. Go check out my Twitch where I stream 3 times a week, and of course be sure to join my Discord where we talk about stuff. Post memes? I don't know, it's fun, so come hang out. And if while you're clicking around the internet, you find yourself asking, where on earth could I find a website that has both brilliant Guild Wars 2 profession guides as well as top-notch community content? Well, do I have news for you. Do yourself a favor and check out heartstuck.gg. It has those things. As always, thank you so much to my supporters over on Twitch as well as my patrons. Be sure to check out the links below to support the channel, and as always, a massive thank you to my Guardian tier supporters Anthony Hodson, Liam Paulus, and Brain Not Bright. Brixel loves you very much, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.